Hey guys, Richard here with Downgrid Survival. It is a sad day in our history when we have to have these types of discussions, but today we need to talk about a nuclear fallout shelter, specifically a DIY nuclear fallout shelter that a lot of you, in fact probably most of us, probably should have on hand. Look, with the latest results of what's going on in Ukraine and the threat that keeps rising over there, and now the possibility that there's going to be some type of nuclear or dirty bomb incident, it really brings to the forefront and in our minds that we need to be better prepared to deal with such incidents. Now look, a dirty bomb or even a nuclear blast is very survivable if you live outside the initial blast radius. If it's a nuclear bomb, then the blast radius could be from anywhere from a few hundred yards to several miles to even 20 miles, where it's pretty much just total destruction. If it happens to be a dirty bomb, then that's localized, and that's a much smaller device that goes up. And so there's going to be really small destruction in the immediate area of the device, but then you have to worry about the contaminated debris that gets put up into the air. Either way, there's going to be contamination up in the air, and that's what we need to talk about, because that is very survivable. So if you live outside the initial blast zone, but perhaps you live northeast of wherever the incident took place, there's a good chance that the prevailing winds is going to blow radioactive material in your direction. Now here's something to know about radioactive material. It is survivable, but you don't want to breathe it, because once you get it inside, it's pretty much game over. It's hard to deal with at that point. But as it continues to spread, it's going to dissipate in its strength, and as if you come in contact with it, if it falls and it gets on your skin or something, you can wash it off. It's going to burn your skin. But again, if you're not heavily contaminated, you're going to survive that just fine. If you're not wearing a mask, or if you end up breathing it inside, or you get heavily contaminated and you're closer to where the incident took place, then you're going to be exposed to a lot more radiation, and then that becomes a very serious problem for you. But aside from that, it is very survivable to live, to survive a nuclear incident, whether it be a nuclear bomb or a dirty bomb. And so that's why we're prepping, and that's why we're sitting here today and we're talking about this fallout shelter, because you may find yourself in a situation where an incident just took place, and if so, you're going to need to get indoors, and you're going to need to seal up your doors and your windows and hunker down and wait for the debris to fall and to dissipate. And that can be actually take a couple of weeks before things start to settle down in your area. Now, there's still going to be a lot of contamination around, but as time goes on, this radioactive material becomes weaker and weaker, and it's even more survivable at that point. But the key here is to get indoors and turn off your air conditioning and your heating source, so you're not drawing in air from the outside. But then pick a space in your room, pick a room in your house, or even your whole house if it's a small one, and seal up all the doors, windows, and vents to prevent anything from getting inside. And that's what we're talking about. That is your DIY makeshift fallout shelter when you have no other options. So I went to my home center this morning and I did some shopping to see exactly what something like this would cost. And for me, it cost about $55. But a lot of these things are things that you already have at home. So I would suggest you collect whatever you have at home, and actually collect it and put it in a box or in a bucket like this, so you have everything in one spot. So if you find yourself in a situation, you're not scrambling, running around looking for all your supplies. And so that's what I did. I picked up this bucket. I even labeled it as my DIY nuclear fallout shelter kit. And let's go ahead and open it up. First of all, I bought a bucket and I bought a snap-on lid, because you want a lid that you can get on and off relatively easy. And before I get started showing you the contents, make sure you stick around, because I've got a dual purpose for this that's really important. I'm going to get to that near the last half of this video. Also, if you like where this video is headed, make sure you give me a thumbs up right now before you forget, and help spread this video far and wide. So one of the first things you're going to want to have available to you is duct tape and plastic. Now I went ahead and picked up this plastic drop cloth, and you find this in the paint section. It's not as thick as what I'd like. It is 2 mil thick, which is nice, but 5 or 6, 7 mil would actually be better. But again, this should work and do you just fine. Just make sure you don't pick up the ones that say 0.5 or 0.7 mil, because that is like really, really super thin. So you want something as thick as you can get. And also it comes in different sizes. So measure your windows, measure your doors, kind of get an idea of how much plastic you need to have available on hand, and then go out and grab some of this plastic. For me, I figure I'm going to have at least 3 rolls of this plastic, this 9x12, so I have plenty to seal things up. Those cost about $5 each. I went ahead and picked up this value pack. It's a two roll pack of heavy duty duct tape, and this cost about $10. Next, let's see, what do we have next here? Next, I went ahead and picked up this stapler. Now, the point in having this stapler is, when you're trying to put your shelter together quickly, you're going to be grabbing this plastic and you're going to be trying to hold it up over the window, over the door area, and then trying to put tape on it, and it's going to be hard. So I grabbed up this stapler, so it's real easy just to chink, chink, and staple up the plastic real fast, and then go back and seal everything off with the duct tape. So I picked up this stapler. This was $14, and I do have some staples to go with it, and those were $5. And when I get ready to put this kit away, I will unpackage all this stuff so it's ready to go, and it'll be even faster for me to use it should I need to. So that's the basis right there of sealing up your room, a room in your home, or sealing up your apartment or something. Plastic, duct tape, and an added bonus, the stapler, in order to seal up your doors and your windows. Now, aside from that, this bucket, other than using it as storage, it serves another purpose. And let me pull out a couple of items here and show you. We have trash bags, we have some wipes, we have a roll of toilet paper, and by now you should know where this is going, and some air freshener. Now, and one other thing I forgot to cut and put in my bucket, but a piece of this insulation, this pipe foam, and I'll be cutting that down here momentarily. Now look, when you're inside your shelter, hopefully you've got medical supplies, you've got food and water and that sort of thing already in your home. But once you kind of secure yourself in a room to protect yourself from fallout material, the contaminated dust, you're going to be eating this food and this water, and you're going to need a place to go. And that's where this bucket comes in handy. The idea is you take a tall kitchen bag, you place it inside the bucket, okay? Then you take a piece of this insulated foam, and it's slit down the middle, so you can easily just open this up, right? Now with this slit opened up all the way down, you simply feed it around the edge of your bucket, like so. Now this serves as 2 purposes. One, it helps hold your trash bag. Once you have your trash bag inside here, it helps hold it in place. And number 2, it gives you a softer place, to squat and do your business. Hence the need for some toilet paper, possibly some wipes. And if this is going to be enclosed with you in a room for days or possibly a couple of weeks, it might be a good idea to have some air freshener. Now the idea is, you do your business, you take the trash bag out, you tie it up really good. And this is where you might want a secondary bag or container in order to store it in. Maybe another bucket with a lid you can store your waste in, and then you insert a brand new bag and you're ready to go again when you need to go again. You get the idea. So hey, look, so this serves as a dual purpose bucket, storage, also place to go when you need to go. All of these items right here cost me about $50, $55, but I tell you what, a lot of these items you may already have in your home. I would encourage you to collect it and have it on hand, because you just never know. You just never know what tomorrow's going to bring and how things can just escalate and get out of control. Some of us lived through the 60s. I didn't. Some of us lived through the 60s with the Cuban Missile Crisis, and it was a real threat. And we were extremely close to nuclear, all-out nuclear war. And anything can happen at any point in time is all I got to tell you. So, yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you give me that thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you think I'm missing anything or something that you would be doing different, or if you've already made a plan. Let me know down below. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, but not only that, You've got to hit that notification bell and select all notifications, because if you don't, so just simply subscribing is not good enough anymore for YouTube. You still may never see any of my videos, because YouTube just doesn't work like that anymore. You have to hit the subscribe, the notification bell, and then all notifications, so you get that little notification up on top anytime one of your favorite YouTubers makes a video and posts it. That's all I got for this one. Stay safe out there. I'll see you in the next video.